What's up, guys? It's Alyssa here. So as we bring ourselves down to our comfortable seated position, we're going to take a moment finding some movement here. Kind of work it, maybe swaying from side to side. We can kind of roll the shoulders up and back. Whatever movement's going to feel good on the body right now. Just to kind of really work out any stress that we're holding into the body so we can really begin to settle into the practice. And we're going to begin to bring ourselves down to stillness. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out with a sigh. Take one more inhale. Exhale out with a sigh. Feel the body relaxing down into the mat. And we're going to take 2 more breaths here as we settle in. Begin to relax the muscles of the face. Really beginning to feel that softening in the body. Then on our next inhale, we're going to begin to send the arms up above us. On the exhale, begin to release that right hand down as we extend the left fingertips up and over. Inhale as we come up through to center. And exhale, releasing that left hand as we extend the right hand up and over. Really press that right hip bone down towards the mat. Inhale as we come through to center. Exhale, we're going to take it one more time to the right. Inhale, coming back through to center on our exhale, taking it over to the left. And your next inhale, we're going to come all the way back up through to center. Really extend out through those fingertips. On the exhale, finding a twist to the right. Inhale as we come back through to center, extending the arms. Exhale, we're going to find a twist to the left. Inhale as we come back through to center on our exhale. Begin to draw the knees in towards the chest. We're going to wrap the arms around the legs. We're just simply bringing the hands to the knees as we tuck the chin towards our chest. Big breaths here to really deepen the inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that head back up through to center. And then our exhale, taking the hands to the backs of the thighs. We're going to have the option here. You can just lift one foot, plant it down. Then lift the other foot, plant it down. Or we begin to lift both feet as we come into that half boat. So find your variation. Relaxing the shoulders. Keep that heart lifted. And then on your next exhale, we're going to plant the feet back down. And we want to come up on the tippy toes. So we want to keep the heels lifted off of the mat. On our next inhale, send the fingertips up above you. Really drawing everything into that midline. On your next exhale, once again, you're either lifting one foot, then lifting the other, or we see we can begin to lift both feet. On your next exhale, we're going to release it down. Take the feet out to the side as we come into our tabletop position. TT. I don't know why I just called it that. Spread those fingers wide. Begin to press up. Draw the lower belly in. On your next inhale, we're going to send our left leg back behind us as we let it hover over the the mat. So really making sure that we're squaring the hips. So noticing if that left hip is trying to stack on top of your right. Keep pressing into those hands. On your next exhale, we're going to send right fingertips forward. Really press into the top of that right foot and into that left hand to keep your balance here. On your next exhale, we're going to draw the elbow and knee in towards each other. Inhale, we're going to send it out. Exhale as we draw it in. Inhale, sending out. Exhale in, one more round. Inhale, we're going to extend out on the exhale. You're going to release your right hand down just a little bit past the shoulder. Take the left toes, tap them down to the mat, and spin that left foot to match the back edge of the mat. On your next inhale, we're going to send right fingertips up above us. Or left fingertips, sorry. Left fingertips up above us as we come into that half side plank. Then on your next exhale, we're going to see if we can begin to slide that left foot forward as we plant it. And then inhaling up into that low lunge. So making sure that knee is above the ankle. On your next exhale, plant the hands. We're going to slide left foot back. So we're going to come back into that half side plank. So extending the left fingertips up. Really begin to press into the top of that right foot. Seeing if we can begin to lift the left foot off of the mat. And then on your next exhale, we're going to release back down to our tabletop position. So we take the right leg, we're extending it back behind us, letting it hover. On your next exhale, take those left fingertips forward. On your next exhale, we're taking the elbow and knee in towards each other. Inhale as we extend out. We're going to do 3 more on our own breath. Inhale as we extend out. On the exhale, left hand releases down, right foot comes down as we spin it to match the back edge. Inhale, send the right fingertips up above you as you come into that half side plank. Oh, excuse me, fall over. On your next exhale, see if you can begin to slide your right foot forward, or you can grab a hold of it and bring it forward. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up into that low lunge. Exhale, begin to plant your hands. Once again, we're going to slide that left foot back. Inhale, send your right fingertips up above you. On the exhale, see if you can begin to lift that right foot off of the mat. You can always keep it planted. You do not have to lift it. On your next exhale, we're going to release it back down to that tabletop position and begin to flow into our cat-cow. So inhale, belly releases down towards the mat. Exhale as we round the spine. Really being mindful as we inhale. We're going to roll down each vertebra. Exhale, rolling from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Really feeling the movement in the body. We're going to flow through one more round. Inhale, just bringing ourselves to that neutral tabletop. On our exhale, we're going to tuck our toes, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling as we come into our downward facing dog. So you can always take a moment here to pedal the feet out. Or you stay in stillness, whatever is going to feel good on the body. So we eventually bring ourselves to stillness as we take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, beginning to roll up the spine, we're going to come into our plank. So keep pressing away from the mat. activate all the muscles in the body. On your next exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. And then on your exhale, we're going to walk you forward to our forward fold. Inhale, we're going to lift up halfway. On our exhale, we're going to begin to lift our feet, sliding the hands underneath. So we want the toes to rest on the wrists as we begin to allow ourselves to hang here. You can bring as much of a bend in the knees as you need. Really allow yourself to listen to your body. And on your next exhale, slowly begin to release the hands from underneath the feet. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we soften down. On your next inhale, sending those fingertips up above you. On the exhale, we're going to bring the hands to heart center and take one breath here. On your next inhale, we're going to send the fingertips up above us. Exhale, we're going to reach the hands over towards the right, kind of like you're holding a big beach ball. Really pressing into the feet as you extend out. Inhale, come back through to center. On our exhale, we're going to reach it over to the left. On your next inhale, we're going to come back through to center. And then on our exhale, we're going to send the hands back over to the right. And you have two options here. So you're either going to take your left foot and you're just going to step it out, keeping the toes planted. Or maybe we begin to play around with our balance as we lift that left foot off of the mat. On your next inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale, you want taking it over to the left. Excuse me as I can't speak today. We're going to take the right toes, tapping them out. And you can stay here, or you begin to lift your right foot off of the mat. Inhale as we come back through to center. On our exhale, we're going to find that forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we soften down and fold. We're going to take that left foot, step it all the way back. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up into our high lunge. Keeping those arms extended up, relaxing the shoulders. And your next exhale, taking the hands back towards the hips. We're going to step left foot forward, draw in towards your chest. Big inhale here. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring our left foot to our tree pose. So we're either taking it down to our kickstand, up to our calf, or we take it all the way up to the thigh. So if we take it up to the thigh, making sure we're pressing the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot so it doesn't slide down the leg. Bringing the hands to heart center, taking the hands down towards the hips, wherever we want them to go. On your next inhale, beginning to extend the branches of our tree. And then on your next exhale, take the hands back to heart center. We're going to bring that left knee in towards our chest and see if we can grab a hold. If you can't grab a hold, don't worry about it. Just bringing that foot as high as you can get it. And then on your next exhale, we're going to take that left foot, we're going to swing it back behind us, and we're going to step it back as we open it up to warrior two. So matching our right heel back to our left arch. Take an inhale, extend the fingertips up. On the exhale, sending the hands in line with each other. Really cultivating our strength here. On your next exhale, we're going to release that right forearm on top of our right thigh, really making sure we're not putting all of our weight into it, so we're just placing it there as we begin to send the left fingertips up and over. Really extend out, finding length through the left side body. keeping that right knee in line with the ankle. Inhale, we're gonna roll it back up to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheeling the hands forward as we plant them. Then from here, we're gonna begin to take our right foot out to the edge of the mat. You're gonna keep your left hand planted, and you're gonna come on the knife edge of your right foot. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna send the right fingertips up above us. On your next exhale, plant that right foot, plant the right hand, bring that right foot back to the center of the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna lift off into a standing splits. On your next exhale, maybe seeing if we can begin to come all the way up to standing. We're gonna plant that left foot down in line with the right, checking down to make sure all 10 toes are pointed forward. Big inhale, growing tall, making ourselves as sturdy as a mountain, Tadasana pose. Connect back to your breath if you lost it. Then we're gonna begin to shift the weight over into our left foot. So make that left leg sturdy as you begin to bend your right knee, sending the foot back behind you. So you can stay here. You always have so many options. Really remembering to listen to your body so you can stay here. Or you take your right hand and you're gonna grab a hold of your right foot. And then you can stay here. You don't have to move from this position. Or we begin to kick our right foot into the hand as we send the leg back behind us. Left hand extends forward as we come into our dancer's pose. So find your variation. Find your drishti in front of you to help keep you sturdy. If you fall out, just laugh at yourself and go right back in. And then slowly we're gonna release. Release the foot if we took the full pose. Now we're gonna send that right foot forward. And then you're gonna exhale. Release it down, shake it out a little bit. Doing a lot of balancing today, of course. Balancing is probably one of the hardest to do in yoga. And it takes a lot of, I guess, mastery, if you want to call it that. But just with a lot of practice, you'll eventually get it, I promise. So on your next inhale, sending the fingertips up above you. Exhale as we find that forward fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we plant the hands. Take both feet as we step them back, coming into our plank pose. On your next exhale, send the hips up and back. We're coming into downward facing dog. Big inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're going to take the gaze to the top of the mat as the left foot steps forward. Inhale, we're going to rise up into that high lunge. So really drawing that tailbone down towards the mat, noticing if we have that little arch or rounding in the spine here. And then on your next exhale, we're taking that right foot forward, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Don't worry about how high the foot gets. Then on your next exhale, we're going to find our tree pose. So coming into your variation, whichever variation we're going to go into. On your next inhale, we need to send the fingertips up above you as you extend the branches. Then on your next exhale, see if you can begin to draw that right knee in towards your chest as you grab a hold. If you can't grab a hold, you're just allowing the foot to be wherever it's at. And then on your next exhale, releasing the leg, we're going to send right foot back behind us. And we're going to open it up to warrior two. back into that back foot. Inhale, send the fingertips up above you. On the exhale, draw those hands in line with each other. And your next exhale, left forearm comes on top of that left thigh as we inhale, send the right fingertips up and over. Inhale, we're going to rise back up to warrior two. On our exhale, cartwheeling the hands forward. And then from here, we're going to take our left foot out to the edge of the mat. Right hand stays planted. We're coming onto the knife edge of that left foot. On that big inhale, sending the left fingertips up above you. And your next exhale, plant your left foot, plant the left hand, bring the left foot into the center of the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're going to lift off into that standing split. And on your next exhale, see if we can slowly rise up to standing, or we just plant the right foot forward. As we rise up into our Tadasana, take one breath. And we begin to shift the weight over into our right foot. Really grounding that right foot down. Then we're going to begin to bend our left knee, so we're sending the left foot back behind us, and then this is where you stay here. Or you grab a hold of your left foot, you can stay here. Or you kick the foot into the hand as you extend the leg up, extending the right fingertips forward. Inhale, we're all going to come through to center wherever we're at. On the exhale, take that left leg forward. On your next exhale, plant the foot and shake it out a little bit. Inhale, send those fingertips up above you. On the exhale, find your forward fold. Inhale as we lift up halfway. Exhale as we soften down. Take a big inhale here. And then on your exhale as we bend the knees, we slowly bring ourselves all the way down to seated. From here, we're going to bring soles of our feet together. Knees are going to fall open. So coming into our Baddha Konasana. And then from here, taking our fingertips back behind us, we're going to reach the heart forward, really pressing the knees down. And then on your next exhale, send the fingertips forward as you begin to fold down. On your next exhale, rolling up the spine, we're going to send the left leg out, right foot comes to the inner thigh. Left hand to the inside of that left leg as we inhale, send the right fingertips up. Exhale, we're going to reach it over, trying to grab a hold of that left foot. On your next inhale, send the right fingertips up. Exhale, send the right fingertips back behind you. Inhale, we're going to press up onto that right knee as we take the hips forward. Exhale, we're going to release down halfway. Inhale, we're going to lift back up. And then exhale, release it all the way down. Grab a hold of your left leg, slide it in towards you, and you're going to slide it over to the right. So we're going to take right foot, and we're going to walk it closer to our left hip. And then we're going to take left leg as we cross it over the right leg. Inhale as we send the right fingertips up above us on our exhale, finding that twist to the left. Inhale, come back through to center on your exhale. Right leg's going to extend out. left foot to the inner thigh. Right hand comes to the inside of that right leg as we inhale, send the left fingertips up. Exhale, we extend them over. Inhale, right fingertips come up on the exhale. Press into that left hand to lift yourself up on your knees. Exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, lifting back up. Then exhale, come all the way down to seated. Grab a hold of your right leg, slide it in towards you. Walk your left foot a little bit closer to your right hip. And then slide that right leg over to the other side. Inhale, as we send the left fingertips up above us. On our exhale, we're finding a twist to the right. Inhale, as we come back through to center. On the exhale, we're going to come into our comfortable seated position. So we're actually going to end this video a little bit differently than, going into Shavasana, which I highly recommend maybe after doing this, going into a Shavasana. So we're going to end our practice today with a breathing technique, our Nadi Shodhana, or our alternate nostril breathing. And with our alternate nostril breathing, it really helps to balance out the left and right hemispheres of the brain. It's a really good breathing technique to do if we're having really bad anxiety or any type of stress. I can attest to it. This is one of my favorite breathing techniques to do. And it helps me if I'm going through any bout of anxiety or stress. So what we're gonna do, so we're ready, we're gonna take our pointer finger and our thumb, make a little love gun. We're gonna find that tall spine. And we're all gonna take a big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. And then we're gonna take our thumb and you're gonna block off your right nostril. From here, you're gonna take a big inhale into the left nostril. You're gonna hold it at the top. Taking your pointer finger, close off your left nostril, opening the right, and you're gonna exhale it all out from the right nostril. Then we inhale in through the right. Holding, closing off, exhale through the left. Inhale in through the left. Exhale out through the right. So just continuing this breath on our own time. If at any point you mess up, we always start on the left side. Really allowing yourself to begin to relax. Allowing yourself to begin to release the practice. yourself to begin to release any stressors you're holding. Anything that no longer serves you. And let it go, or we make the acknowledgement to ourselves that we're letting it go. Begin to flow through 2 more rounds of this breath. So once you finish, we always finish and begin on the left side. So if you want to, you can continue this breath even after we end this video. Doing it for however long that you want to. If you want to take a Shavasana, you can take a Shavasana to allow yourself to really begin to find that relaxation. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. As the light in me honors the light in you, Namaste.